You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
And today on a Mindset and Motivation Monday, we're going to talk about the law of attraction and how some people are huge proponents of it and others just simply don't believe in it at all. So how can we have this big discrepancy, and really what are we talking about in the first place? So advocates of the law of attraction believe that if you believe something is going to come true, that it will, that you basically will it into your life. And one of the ways that the law of attraction has become popularized is from the book, and then I believe the movie, a documentary they made called The Secret. So one of the things about this movie is they had many different proponents and we'll say experts in the law of attraction teaching people how to use the specific laws in the universe to bring more of what they want into their life. And in my personal point of view, I think this was an excellent thing for the majority of people who had never heard about the law of attraction or heard about how they could think about things and actually create them in their own life. Now, there are some issues surrounding it, though, and here's why. What the movie didn't do, and what the book didn't do, I believe, enough of, is take people through the actual steps that other mentors and other teachers hundreds of years ago spoke about in terms of attracting these things into your life. And it's not just a couple hundred years ago. I just know there are books actually written about 100 to 150 years ago on this same exact thing that really popularized the topic. But you can look as far back as even the Bible and the Old Testament. And so if you've done your study in the Old Testament and you've looked at the Bible and all those specific things, you'll actually see many, many different quotations talking about how as a man believes he shall receive and all of those specific things. But what I want to do is really bring this up to modern day and talk about how we can use this specific, let's call it just the laws, the universal laws, to get more of what we want in our own life. So I'm going to talk about it from a very realistic and objective standpoint because, like, hopefully I try to bring in all of my different podcasts, all of my different shows and episodes on the Cabral Concept, is we're looking at things from both an Eastern and Western perspective. And I think that's hopefully the blend that I can bring to you, is that I'm going to talk about all of the best state-of-the-art methodologies that we use and I use in my own practice. But I'm also not going to discount the things that have worked for thousands of years. To not use them both together is actually only getting, I would say, about 50% or less of the equation. And not only that, when you use both sides together, you get this synergistic blend where the two halves make a sum that's greater than each of themselves put together, meaning like you get a greater than 100% greater benefit. So what we're going to talk about is how can we look at the state-of-the-art stuff, but then also the real ancient law of attraction based laws. And so the law of attraction right now, yes, it's talking about visualization. Yes, it's talking about thinking about things that you want in your own life, but it stops there. And that's what the real problem is. That's what many people objected to because of books like The Secret or the movie The Secret. So I want to go through it with you today because these are things that I've really studied and really looked into in my own life many years ago. And what I wanted to say was this. Once I looked and stumbled upon and found a deeper meaning, deeper roots to this law of attraction, meaning the stuff that was written, again, a couple hundred years ago. A lot of the books I like to read are really obscure. They're fine. They're older books that the stuff we've talked about now is based on. And those are typically around maybe late 1800s, early 1900s, and it gets right to the heart of the matter. And there wasn't as much media. There's much essential kind of what's the best way to put it? Too much marketing, too much hype. I guess that's my issue with it, is that everything is now about selling something. And back then, there wasn't really anything more to sell except giving you that information in that book. And I thought that was a really nice thing. Again, I'm not against coaching programs and other things like that, because people do need to take things to that next level. But I do like to look at a time when it was the content just for the sake of the content. Okay. And that's what I'm going to try to bring you each and every day with the Cabral concept as well. So now let's get right into the law of attraction. And we're going to make it quick. We're going to make it right to the point. And I want you to try to use this in your own life, again, from that objective standpoint. So the law of attraction, as I've seen it, as I've used it, and I've essentially talked about it before, is yes, the first part is visualizing what you want, is becoming really clear about what you want in life, not what you don't want, because you don't want to think about what you don't want in life, because again, the things that you think about the most are what you're going to attract more of in your life. So what I would say is this: you need to become really crystal clear on what it is you want to achieve. Is it a state of wellness? Is it a state of body transformation, of weight loss? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to look better? Do you want to attract the right partner into your life? Whatever those things are, really think about that. Or it could be a job. It could be for many, many different things. The next part is this: you actually have to believe that you will achieve this, because it has to go deep into your subconscious mind. And a lot of times our subconscious minds, it's different than our conscious mind. Now, our conscious mind, we could say over and over, I want to win $1 million. I want to, be a billionaire, or whatever it might be, or I want to lose 50 pounds. But the issue is that our subconscious mind says, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. Or you're not meant to be that person, whatever it is, because you don't come from the right backgrounds, whatever. But the thing is, we have to start to believe it. We have to start to believe it. I'm going to talk more about that at the end. The next part is, and I think a great way to actually start to believe it, and this is the part that's always left out about all of the law of attraction universal type things, is that you have to then, after you visualize it, what you believe in, believe that you will achieve it, is start to create a plan to take action on it. So when, yes, people believe that, well, you should just be able to will it into your life. Well, maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but as you will it into your life, you still have to take action to achieve that. Meaning, like, if you want to lose 50 pounds, maybe you meet up with a great personal trainer or coach, you stumble upon a workout partner who wants to achieve the same things as you, and you partner with them, and you start to follow the same nutrition plan or the same detox plan, or whatever it might be, and you become great partners on that. Well, you at least have to take action and meet with that person and do those specific things to lose the weight. Again, you can be handed the plan because now you're ready for it. Something called that reticular activating system. I believe that's it, the RAS. And so what you're looking at, that's a specific part of the brain that starts to bring these things into your life. Now, does it bring it into your life, or does it make you just more aware of it? I'm part of just reasoning, saying, well, from an objective standpoint, if you're just starting to think about it, it's going to be more of what you see in the world. So, for example, if you're looking at purchasing a new specific car, you may hardly ever see that car as you're walking down the street. All of a sudden, now you're thinking about that car. That car is everywhere you look. And that happens so many times to certain people as they're using this specific law of attraction. So as you start to visualize it, as you start to believe it, create that plan and take action. You must take action. That's the missing step. So if you're looking to lose that 20 pounds, what are those specific steps? What's the nutrition plan? What's the exercise plan? What are those different steps you're going to take? If you want to make more money, well, if you can't make that money in your specific job right now, are you going to start moonlighting, working extra hours? Are you going to move to a more sophisticated or professional position? What is it going to be that you're going to move up to be able to make that type of money? All right, and just, again, this could carry across all different avenues, but those are the main questions that I get. And now the last part, and this is the biggest part, is that you need to then let go of the outcome and not stress over it. Because if you're stressing over it, it's a form of not believing that you're already there, that you've already achieved that specific thing. And that is one of the things that I found out really holds people back, maybe even held myself back subconsciously as well, is that you're always so stressed over that final outcome. All you have to do is this. You have to believe you will achieve it. You have to see yourself as that person who weighs 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds less, or he's making the type of money that they want to make, or has found the partner that they want to find, has the love in their life, has the happiness in their life, all of those specific things. Allow for that to then come in your life. Don't stress about it because, again, when you're stressing about it, you're thinking about what you don't have, what you're short on in life instead of what you do have. Be grateful for what you do have, visualize what you want, and then begin to work that plan. I'm going to definitely talk about this more in detail if you would like in the future, but I at least wanted to get you started. And for me, getting started means, how does it work? How do those universal plans really work? And what's often so left out of the equation. And for me, what I found is what's left out is that, yes, people are talking about visualizing it, they're talking about believing it, but then how do you get it to sink deep into that subconscious if you really have never had it before in your life? Well, that is finding a plan, finding a mentor, getting that plan to work for you, and then you just let go of the outcome and work the plan. I hope you enjoyed this very special Mindset and Motivation Monday. I'll be back real soon answering more of your questions and topics on the Cabral Concept.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stevencabral.com/courses.